Difficult question. I think we have to work with the metrics that the tools or the platforms provide us. And in order to calculate efficiency, we have to use comparison on one hand with our competitors. So how are they using, what are their figures and how are our figures, and see if we are more efficient. But also on the other hand, compare it with other departments and all other marketing activities we use inside our company, and then compare which of those are the more efficient ones and more effective ones.
So when we are dealing with social media, what are indicators of efficiency?
Efficiency, how fast we can respond to questions on Facebook or to questions on Twitter, for example. So what we calculate down with our clients is also response rate and response average. So how many times did we use? How much of the questions were we really able to answer? And what was the job the competitors did?
But how can we get reliable measurements? I mean, it's kind of difficult. You have to be online all the time.
They first have to be online all the time, and then everyone has to use the same ones. So we have first to build like a standard that everyone is using the same KPIs, and that is really comparable, and then most important that the KPIs are calculated on the correct way. Like as my colleague Daniel told in our talk, that if Facebook is calculating talking about in a way which isn't really correct by adding also new likes, then it's really difficult to calculate efficiency.
So just looking at the numbers doesn't do the job?
No, just looking at the numbers doesn't do the job. What you have to do is looking at the development of your numbers and then taking a step back and analyzing what was the driver behind that development, and with analyzing those drivers, trying to learn for future activities and try just to be more efficient in what you're doing.
So according to your experience, are advertisers thinking properly about it, or are they making some mistakes? And if they are making mistakes, what are the most common ones?
About what? Thinking about social media?
And interpreting the data?
No, I think they don't doing really mistakes. I mean, it's just the matter of how are you working with the figures. Are you getting that it's more about time series and not the figure by its own, and interpreting what the development tells you. So, but I think that's not a problem advertising has to solve. That's solved.
So we just need good standards.
Yes, good standards and same standards everywhere.
And how far are we in that direction?
I think there is a way to go that we can develop some standardized figures. But it's a young field, so it's fair that there's still a way to go.
Now to a slightly different topic. What are your impressions about this conference?
Yeah, I have really a good impression. I have been on other conferences, and as it is the first conference here in Slovenia, I'm pretty impressed, I have to say, about the quality of the speeches, about the quality of the location, the stands, the expo. It's really above what I expected it to be. Really great job.